Hello there guys, 12 Caliber here, and today I'm bringing you some Homefront gameplay. We are playing Battle Commander Team Deathmatch on the map Farm, and this is going to mainly be a first impressions video, and to be quite frank, I am really enjoying this game. That was a clip that plays before every Battle Commander game. It's kind of acts as a loading sequence, but you can skip it if you wish. I'm using the ACR assault rifle, which is quite good in this game. It's got a good rate of damage and not much recoil, well, not too much anyway. It's got a holographic sight on, and I'm also using the Wolverine drone as one of my battle point purchases, and the other one is the Hellfire airstrike, which we'll get into a little later. And right at the start of the game, there we start off with death, quite frankly. And yeah, so this game is pretty good. The multiplayer, I'm enjoying it so far. It's very different. The main things that will be noticed is the graphics aren't. This game wouldn't be bought for the graphics wise. That's definitely a very true statement there. The graphics on this aren't wonderful, but they do satisfy, personally they satisfy my needs, and I think they are pretty up to scratch considering everything else. It's not like a flaw that drags it down. Like the good features about it definitely outweigh the few minor hiccups that this game has. Also, the controls aren't as tight as they could be compared to games like Call of Duty or Battlefield. It does feel a lot clunkier and a lot more heavy when you're moving about, but I am told that this is due to it being more realistic, and there's more gravity based. There's more to do with weight in what you're holding and stuff in this, which is why it does feel a lot slower when you're running about, rather than on games like Call of Duty where you're zipping across the map at the speed of light. But yeah, so anyway, here we are in a Battle Command game where, as I'm sure most of you know, there is a virtual commander and you get rewarded, and that was a white phosphorus that wasn't mine, but it looked pretty epic, didn't it? Anyway, as I was saying, there is a virtual commander on the battlefield that will reward players for getting on kill streaks, and will also mark enemy players who are getting on kill streaks or streaks of some form and are generating threat. So yeah, earlier on I did briefly hit up a 3-star streak, and I just got totally annihilated there. So yeah, here we are spawning in. This is me using the Wolverine right now. This is one of the many sentries. I don't know. This particular one is a sentry, but there are many others as well. Like there's a small helicopter that you can fly about, which has rockets attached to it, and also there's the parrot drone, which tags enemies. And right there, I lost it. It got destroyed due to an EMP grenade, which is one of the one of the few secondary grenades you have. As far as loadouts go in this game and weapon variation, there is a lot of assault rifles. I'm not sure how many. I think there may be 10. I'm not 100% sure. But there's then 2 LMGs and 2 SMGs, I do believe, or 3 and 3. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had an extensive look out. And there's 1 shotgun, which you need which is DLC kind of if you pre-ordered it, and there's also 2 sniper rifles. Right here you see me using the parrot drone. I swapped out to my drone man class, which is a sniper basically, and here I am marking targets. This is a great way if you're playing with friends, or if you generally are a team player, helping out your team, as it temporarily marks them on the map. And I've generated a 1-star. I'm a 1-star drone threat, and it says at the top there, you see my 1-star, and it says, it lists how many more you have to mark for that next level of threat. And it's a great way to pick up points, this, if you're, you know, more of a team player or prefer commanding the drone about, as there are, you know, it's a good way to rack up points, as you get 30 battle points for a tag, and then an extra 40 if somebody kills the guy you've tagged. And so yeah, I've picked up another star on my drone streak, and it will therefore grant me a new bonus. So yes, that's a lot about the parrot drone. The battle points, as I'm sure most of you know, I didn't really explain much about them because it's quite, you know, it's the unique concept of this multiplayer experience, is the fact that you accumulate battle points from doing just about anything and everything, and as you die you don't lose the battle points, they stick with you. Therefore you can buy, if you're on it, it's supposed to take out the frustration of you know, being on a high kill streak and then dying. Like on Call of Duty you'll get to, like on Black Ops you'll get to like an 10 kill streak, then you're just one off your dogs or gun shit, and then somebody kills you and it gets really frustrating. And at this point in the game, I don't know, this was part of the map I hadn't seen before, and some guy's got his wildcat stuck inside here because he was trying to hide in here, because as you deploy things like UAVs and airstrikes and etc., and as you're carrying them about, your player is still on the battlefield, but he just becomes stationary. So yeah, as I was saying, the battle points, yeah, they stick with you. So if you're on like a 7 kill streak and you're really racking up the battle points, and then you die, you know, you can still buy, say, your big white phosphorus airstrike that you were saving up for, or whatever else you were saving up for. Another great part of this is the vehicles. Now, vehicles in Call of Duty were not great in World at War, the tanks. The only other big shooter that I can think of that does vehicles really well and that's balanced is Battlefield. Mainly Bad Company 1 and 2 on the consoles. But this game deals with vehicles quite well. At the very start, it's a bit late now saying it, but at the very start I did spawn into another player's Humvee, and I was using the gunner seat. There's a small variety of vehicles. There's Humvee, a light armoured transport, then you've got the tank, then you've got a scout chopper, and then you've got the full-blown Apache, which is pretty powerful. I think we see one later on in this game. But there are a lot of, like, there's 2 rocket launchers. There's an RPG and a proximity launcher, and the proximity launcher is specialised for taking out aircraft, as in, I do believe when it gets within 30 feet of an aircraft it automatically explodes. Not as powerful, but you know, it's still mainly for taking out aircraft. So there are ways of balancing everything out, and the aircraft isn't too overpowered. It's also worth mentioning that in this game I was playing on a 2-bar connection, and you may notice that it's still running pretty smoothly. That would be due to the fact that Homefront runs off dedicated servers, so at the moment there is a lot of 1-bar and 2-bar connections that majority of players run on. A few lucky ones get 3 bars, and that was a white phosphorus airstrike that I just died from. But yeah, apparently the guys at THQ and Chaos Studios didn't expect, they actually hit their worst case scenario for the multiplayers in the fact that they haven't got enough servers, which meant they sold a lot more than they actually expected. Copy-wise, I do believe they're getting up more servers shortly, but still, the connection is still pretty good, a lot better than peer-to-peer connections over Call of Duty. Just then, I was using the Hellfire airstrike, which it's really air support in this game is it is really good and it's efficient. So for most of the time, and the fact that you can just, you know, camp down. There was that Apache that I mentioned earlier. That you can camp down, you know, just press up or down on the D-pad, whichever one your slot's in, and you know, it instantly brings you out into a thermal UAV screen. Well, there you go. The game's ended. We did lose, and my KD wasn't wonderful for this game, but I should have some more commentaries out of Homefront, and thanks for watching, and see you next time, guys.